Hey everybody, I'm Linnea. This is Healthy Looks Good on You. I'm so glad you're here. Today is a super special day. Actually, it's the eve of a very special day. I am recording this video on Monday night, November 8th, 2021. Tomorrow, November 9th, is my BLErthday. Bright line eating, BLErthday, BLErthday, or my anniversary of my bright line eating. I am so excited, and I have been spending some time tonight thinking through, man, it's been a year. Like, what do I have to say? So I want to talk to you tonight about the last year and what it's been like for me, my struggles, my hurdles. It's been a wild ride, for sure. I don't regret any of it. There's one big lesson. There's lots of lessons I've learned. I'm going to say one big lesson, but then I thought of three more just popped in my head. Okay, so to recap, when I started bright line eating, I knew I had a food addiction. I had said no to bright line eating a year prior to that because I was not ready to commit to working on my food addiction. I thought I could do it in other ways. Bright line eating was, I had to let go of too much. That, my food addiction was, I needed it to be closer. So I tried lots of things. You can probably relate, as someone that struggled with food addiction has tried all the diets, right? They might work for a little while, but they're not long term, unless you address the fact that there's an addiction present. I know bright line eating is used for some people that don't have a food addiction, and that's amazing because it just gives you tons of structure on what to eat, and it just tells you eat this and then you move on with your day and you just know exactly that your body is getting what it needs. But for me, it was life-changing because I'm a food addict. So I started my journey November 9th, 2020. It was right before the holidays, and I thought, you know what? If I can't start now, I can't start ever. And if I can make it through the holidays, I can probably make it through any time. So I jumped in. But I wasn't super sold on the fact that it would work because everything else hadn't. So I was more quiet about this one. Have you ever experienced the fact where you get super excited and all in about these new diets and tell everybody, and then it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. Everyone's like, yeah, Linnea's on another diet. We'll see what this crazy one is. So I did tell that just kind of my really tight core group of people that were supporting me in my food addiction, kind of walking through what that looks like, and my husband and my mom. But other than that, I kept it more quiet. I was not convinced it was going to work. I was willing to give it a go. I barely remembered to take a before picture. It was like right before bed. My husband was, I don't know if he was out of town or just gone for the evening, so he couldn't take it for me. The only full-length mirror was in my son's room, and he was fast asleep. So I snuck in my son's room, turned the light on, made sure he didn't wake up, and then I snapped a picture in front of his mirror with toys in the background, and it was super fuzzy, not great. It was an awful picture, but I took it. And I'm so thankful I took that picture. I didn't do measurements, but I took that picture. And if you're watching this thinking about starting, I urge you to take the pictures, to take the measurements. You got to document the journey. You'll be shocked and amazed. So, took the picture, got on the scale the next morning when I woke up, 224.4, right? Yes. That was not my heaviest. My heaviest is 230. I today am 139.2. So I have gone from 230 to 140. Now, 230 was my heaviest, so I have lost 90 pounds, most of those pounds being from bright line eating. I've gone from a 2X 1820 down to a small, And between a 4 and a 6, I went from a 40 double D to now a 34C. My body has shrunk. One of the steps I took when first tackling my food addiction was being open and honest with my 2 closest girlfriends who I was in a Bible study with. And they were the ones that I really opened up with about the fact of what it looks like to be a food addict. They were the first ones that I told what it feels like to hide food in your pockets and go eat in the bathroom, to make any escape you can, to get in the car and drive by yourself when you can go through a drive-through or stop at a gas station, buy the junk, eat it fast, hide the wrappers, to be constantly wondering if people are looking at you when you're eating. All the things. They were the first ones I opened up to. They have been through this process, through this thing, this recovery with me from day one, and I would not be here without them. They have been instrumental. I've done this and I've leaned heavily on my faith, but God put them in my life to support me. They never judged me. They were there for me every step of the way. And I owe so much of this to them. I did not think I was going to get emotional. You gotta find your people. We are not meant to go this alone. Life at all. But for sure not an addiction. Now, that leads me into my next group of people. I found a home on Instagram. And that seems so silly to say. But there, I found a home of people suffering from food addiction. People using bright line eating. Some people using other modalities. And they were the people that knew exactly what I was going through. That when I talked about the things I was going through, they'd say, oh, okay, I ate cake out of the garbage. Like, we get it. I mean, you gotta find your people. The people that are there in person that can support you and love you no matter what you're going through. And then those people that actually get it, that have lived it and can support you and cheer you through it, and that you can cheer them through it. Whew, that took a lot out of me. It's emotional. It's been a whole year. And these people, they have done so much to support me. My mom is one of my biggest cheerleaders. She's the one that always told me, Linnea, healthy looks good on you, when I would clean up my diet. She's been my number one cheerleader. Thanks, Mom. Okay, so in the midst of finding my people, before I had really inched into Instagram and found this little community, this tight-knit niche of bright line eaters, so many of them are young moms, but really all ages, all walks of life, so many believers and Christ followers on there that we've connected, and that's been really cool. Maybe we shared that part as well. But before I did that, I tried Celebrate Recovery. Now I think Celebrate Recovery is one of the most amazing things. It's a faith-based, church-based addiction recovery program for any and every addiction. I mean, you can come in with an addiction to nail polish and they will bring you in, arms open wide. Let's work through it, babe. I mean, they've got men and women for hard drugs, alcohol, porn, sex, food, shopping. I mean, you name it. They're working through it with you together. So I tried that out. It was wonderful, but it wasn't for me. I will absolutely recommend it to anybody to try. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful place that does wonderful things for people with addictions. But it wasn't for me. And if you want to know why, we can talk about it at another time. But I still think it's wonderful, and I'm glad I went, and I will absolutely recommend it to anybody that needs that community addiction recovery, person to person, shoulder to shoulder. I had enough support that it was maybe too much. So I knew what I needed for me, and I've been successful without it. But there's one thing I will never forget about my first time there. I was in the substance addiction recovery subset group. My substance was food, others alcohol, shopping, lots of different things. So I was introducing myself. I had a chance to talk. I was talking. It was kind of one of the first times I was really sharing, just verbal vomiting my food addiction. And I was talking about how I was really nervous because I failed at everything, and how long is it going to be until I fail at this? Because that's my track record. I fail. And a woman I trust with my life, I've known her for years and years and years, who was there, looked at me and said, "But what if this time you don't fail? What would that look like?" And I felt like I had been run over by a Mack truck. Being forced to think about that, I was terrified. All I had ever known was being trapped by my food addiction, was being subject to food, and where is it, when am I going to eat it next, what situation am I in, how can I hide it? I didn't know any different, and the unknown is scary. I know it's scary for me, the thought that I might be successful in this, and that it might work, and I might do this. Like, it was so scary. And that stayed in my mind for weeks. Each day as I continued and I stayed bright, that thought, well, what would it look like? Why not? Why would I fail this time? I don't have to fail. I was flabbergasted. I mean, is it that simple? So I thought on that, and I just chose to know that today I'm not going to fail. Tomorrow will worry about itself. Today I'm not going to fail. And now 364 days, tomorrow 365 days later, I've had days of not failing. And I can relay that hugely to my support system, to my faith, and the fact that I can rely on someone bigger than myself, that I have supernatural support. Whew, that's a big one. That I've been in the Word, in God's Word every day, almost every day since January 1st. Relying on Him to keep this up in me, because there's been days that I'm pretty sure I wasn't doing it. It was Him. I talked about another big revelation on my last video, so if you haven't seen it, go watch the one about my vacation to Wisconsin. That now, especially with the holidays coming up again, every year on my anniversary, it's going to be right in front of the holidays, and I'm so excited about that. You know why? Because I'm pumped, and I'm on fire for kicking this food addiction, and the holidays aren't going to derail me. No way. I'm doing this, and next year it'll be year 2. Seriously. Not even a reason I want to quit. And no reason that I would want to be miserable around the holidays when I could be having fun with my family and spending time with people I love. I don't want to be stuck in the bathroom sneaking NMF, not my food. I don't want to be tortured by food when my family is out playing games and having fun. No, I want to be there. I want to be present. It might be hard. That's okay. Life is hard. Choose your hard. I would so much rather enjoy my family and have some hard while I watch them eat NMF than be tortured in the bathroom while I'm shoving NMF in my mouth not enjoying any of my time with my family. Pick your heart. Okay, that's been a year for me. I can't imagine life right now without bright line eating, without sobriety from my food addiction. It's been a good year. It's been a hard year. It's been good. And I made it to maintenance. I hit my goal. I exceeded my goal. My goal was 150. Now my goal is 135 to 140. And I'm in it. And I'm adding in foods. I gotta eat more food. I eat so much food. Come to Instagram. See how much food I eat. I eat a lot of food. And it's delicious. And it fuels my body. Keeps my body strong and healthy. I love it. It was good to talk. Let me know if you're doing bright line eating. How long have you been doing it? Have you passed a year yet? Are you far past me? Tell me what I can learn. I gotta soak it all in. If you're a BLE baby, what questions can I answer for you?